You know what I want to do, Kobe?
What's that?
Take over the world. Is that too much to ask? Bison. How's it going, guys? My name is Barry.
And this is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This? Theme music. What's going on, guys? We are on the last leg of our video game month.
Yeah, this was a incredibly fun month. I love video games, and I love how bad the movies they make off of video games are. I mean, good. How good the movies they make off video games are.
I know what you guys are thinking. We did Mortal Kombat.
Right, because that's the classic. Everybody knows Mortal Kombat. Everybody's like, that's the go-to movie
For video games.
Right. Why would we do that?
No, instead we did the 1994 classic JEAN CLAUDE VAN DAMM star-studded Street Fighter.
And you know, you've been listening to us already, so you know we're JEAN CLAUDE VAN DAMM fans. So
JCVD.
Yo.
I forget how beautiful Ming Na Wen is. Not JCVD.
I wasn't sure where you were going with that.
No, Ming Na Wen. I'm sure I'm butchering that. I should do better because I'm Asian. But you know, it's hard. But I forgot how like beautiful she is in this movie.
Right?
And she still looks the same.
She has not aged. You really like. She's is she gonna be in the new Mulan movie?
Is she?
I think so.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
Do not quote him on that. But yeah, I mean, like other stars in this movie is obviously Kylie Minogue.
Right.
Where they were filming, I believe, was in Australia. They wanted Kylie Minogue to be in it.
Right. And the whole movie, it was like, I know her from something, and then I had to look it up like afterwards. I looked up everybody, and everybody's in like
so many
stuff.
things. Yeah, like the guy who plays Ryu, Byron Mann. He's like in so many like roles as like an Asian guy. But,
right.
Like,
he's Uncle Six in Wu Assassin.
Oh yeah. He's like the older. He's the uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, he's like in a lot of things. The guy who plays Ken, I know I've seen him in a lot of things.
Right. Yep.
I can't put my hand or my finger on it.
Yeah, he's kind of like generic 90s action sidekick.
Either that or like the guy, like, if it's a cop drama, he looks like he'd betray you. Like he was a dirty cop all along.
Right.
Also, the guy who played Sagat.
Oh, in everything.
He's always a ton of like bad guy films.
Yep.
I want to see that guy as like a good guy at least once.
Right, and he's looking up like the wiki on some of these people, the IMDb. And yeah, that guy, the Sagat guy, his
still looks the same.
Consistent, like he's been in like 2 movies a year since.
Hey, a movie always needs like an evil Asian dude in it.
Right.
But we need to change the stereotype. I thought Jet Li would have like changed it after Lethal Weapon 4. But now we're still bad guys.
Yeah, and then Jet Li then goes and starts being bad guys at the end of his like.
Wait, does he? In what?
Is it? There's a couple, like
Well, the one there was like a bad guy version of Jet Li, and then the good guy version.
Oh,
of
that's
Jet Li.
true. Right.
So, I don't remember. I know he hasn't been in a lot of things lately because he's sick.
Right.
Which sucks, like, because I mean Jackie Chan's still making films, but he's more on like he's more towards like being a mentor type of character now than before.
Right. Yeah, now he's the master instead of the student.
Yeah. But yeah, this movie is a ton of fun. Like, I mean, even it's not by any means necessary like anywhere near as good as you want it to be.
Or it is so much better than you expect it to be.
You're either going to have one of those two train of thoughts.
It's because I was looking through reviews and stuff too, and everybody's like, 1 out of 10, worst movie ever. And then the next person's like, 9 out of 10. This movie's so much fun. Then there's no 5s, no 6s anywhere. It's all 1s and 2s and 8s and 9s
and 10s.
Yeah.
But I think that's where like the beauty of this movie comes into. It's so cheesy. It's so corny.
Right.
It like I think this is where the problem of like where people says like if you stick too close to the source material, it gets into this area of being cheesy.
Yeah.
But I think for this movie, it works.
It was like the perfect amount of cheese. Like your chips are not getting soggy, but there's a little cheese on every bite.
Oh, it's like Guy Fieri's garbage nachos.
So much.
And one thing that we do have to note, the best actor in this whole film is Raul Julia. Raul Julia. He if you follow the Twitter, you would have seen like the live tweet Wednesdays, where I just say that the energy that Raul Julia puts into this movie is what I need every actor
right
to do.
And starting in this movie, I'm like, he is not a fighter, and you look at the video game, and Bison's like
he's bulky.
At least the top 3 biggest character, like size-wise largest characters, and Raul Julia is not. Yeah. And I was like, this is how silly are they going with it? But man, he brings in the energy, and like he makes the part.
I know he sells it, and that's like what really did it for me. Like I mean, like his dialogue in this film is like super corny, but his like delivery of it sells it so well. Unlike, I love JCVD, but he has like a lot of corny lines in this, and it really just feels like he's phoning it in.
You're watching it, and you feel like Raul Julia is improving, and that those are his lines, and they're just coming out of nowhere. And then poor Jean Claude, he's reading the script.
Well, I mean, apparently, like, so a little trivia or background knowledge for this movie. I guess he was a nightmare to work with on the set because he was spending like $10,000 a week on cocaine.
Oh, jeez. I have heard that this portion of his career he had become like Stallone almost name. Mm-hmm. With like worldwide celebrity, and like I've heard a few times that like a few different movies that he was
a nightmare.
Yeah,
which is a shame because like he's, I mean, by no means is he like a great actor. He's a fun action star,
right.
But I don't think he's ever exhibited the range that like Stallone ever has.
Yeah.
I think out of that whole lot, Stallone is probably like the best.
But I've never seen Stallone do the splits.
Oh, I don't know. Have you seen what's that movie he did with God, I know he did a dancing movie.
Oh, Rhinestone Cowboy.
Yeah, didn't he do the split? I feel like he did the split.
He probably did that kind of front to back with the like bent knee split.
It's still hard.
Yeah, it's still hard.
But yeah. And then what else? Oh, and I also heard like for some reason it kept popping up on my YouTube feed that like JCVD had slept with Kylie Minogue. Which, I mean, I get it. Kylie Minogue at this time was like super like
that is
in her prime.
That would be really awkward because I also read that the flashback scene where he and his best friend are with their wives that's actually their wives.
Yeah. Totally Mr. and Mrs. Smith except he didn't get with Kylie Minogue afterwards.
Right.
But I mean, I get it. Kylie Minogue in this movie. Wow. Young.
Yeah.
Australian.
Right.
I don't know if that really counts for anything, but but yeah, let's get
got an accent. Still got an accent, right?
Oh, it's so
accent's
hot.
always sexy.
I like the little. I like how much of the video game they tried to put in this movie.
Yes,
it's
and like it certainly didn't. Not that the video game necessarily has much of a story, but yeah, they put a lot of.
Like the moves, like you see Guile's crescent kick in here.
Yeah, So okay, so there's this part, Kyle's crescent kick, and he kicks Bison up against the wall, and then he crescent kicks him like 4 times in a row, and every time Bison bounces off the wall and then gets hit again. And I was like, that was me playing this game against the damn button mashers. Just get stuck in the corner and then just repeat that same move till I'm dead. I was like, it was a very nostalgic. It made me mad but happy at the same time.
But I mean, it definitely, the people who watch this movie that played the game is like, yep.
Right.
We also get what's it called? One of the fight scenes with Ryu versus Vega. Ryu kicks Vega's claw away, which you could do in the game.
Right.
Awesome. He does a Hadouken.
Yep.
He does a tornado kick.
Yep.
It's awesome. Freaking
Honda does the
slaps.
The quick slaps.
Yeah. So yeah, this is definitely it's a movie where if you just like not think about it, not nitpick it, it's gonna be a super fun movie for you.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah. Don't go in this thinking this is
a classic masterpiece. I mean, it is a classic, but it's by far not a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to get into this movie real quick. Honestly, this movie is like kind of long for what it was.
Right, and it's kind of a little all over the place plot, but it actually has a pretty complex ongoing plot because there's so many characters.
Yeah. And so I'm obviously in the hour I'm not going to be able to cover this like play by play.
Right.
So we're going to rush through it. That way we could talk about our favorite moments.
The key points, yeah.
Yeah. So we start off it's sort of almost like a video game entrance or like a starting point where we see that Sagat has hostages that he's ransoming for $20 billion. It's a lot of money. But at this point we see not Sagat, I'm sorry. Bison is ransoming off 20 hostages for $20 billion. We see a part where
there's 24 of them. So I mean,
right. And he has a whole bunch of soldiers too. And he's Steven Seagaling all of these soldiers. He's like snapping their necks and they're just falling into this little pit.
Right.
It gets interrupted by a translation from Chun-Li, who is a reporter with Balrog and Honda.
Yeah.
And, she's trying to talk to Guile, trying to interview him.
Right, because he's the colonel.
But, with Guile's, like, hubris, his egomaniac. And, like, he's not an egomaniac, but he's very much a bro.
Yes.
He tells Bison that he's coming after them. But he does something that I think you should never do, which is reveal information in which he says, "I'm coming for you, Chuck." And obviously Bison watching this realizes that he has a friend of Guile's.
Yeah.
Which, come on, man.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they had to set that part up.
Yeah, but I mean, like, anyone that's like at that high of a ranking knows to not reveal any information like that.
Right. Yep.
But yeah, Bison sees that this guy named Charlie Blanca is. I like how they try to give everybody full names. Like, never in the history of the video game has there ever been a full name for any of these. But we have William F. Guile, we have Charlie Blanca, we have Ryo Hayashi.
Yep. Yes. Yep.
Chun-Li Zhang. Oh god, what was the other one? I mean, Ken Masters. That one has been revealed a long time ago.
Right.
But yeah, it's so funny. But yeah, so obviously Bison, he wants to run these experiments on him because not only will it fulfill his plan, it's also going to hurt Guile. So it's a little 2 for 1. Yeah. And we cut to a scene where we see Ryu and Ken. They're obviously arms dealers.
Right.
Trying to do this very, just to broker a deal with this crime lord. Where they enter, it's really cool. It's a cage match against Vega and another fighter, which is a nice callback to the video game.
Right.
They try to climb the stage, but then he gets electrocuted. Vega has his mask and his claw. Awesome. There's a lot of things in here that like they got right, but when you follow the source material too much, it's just like it's not practical, I guess.
Yeah.
But we see their deal is with Sagat, who is now this crime lord.
Right. Sagat is the weapons broker for Bison.
Yeah. And so they trying to get this money. Ryu's like, we have it outside. We just want the money, and we'll give it to you. But Sagat is one step ahead, and he actually already got the weapons. And so as they're about to shoot Ryu and Ken, they're like, what are you guys so afraid of? And, and then it's
Shoot
obvious.
them with their own weapons.
Yeah. And it's like a Nerf gun.
Yeah.
And so Sagat takes them as prisoner, and it is going to make them fight in the cage match.
Right, yep.
And so they do, but before they get with the fight, Guile just crashes in there with like a vehicle with like 2 rockets.
Some kind of super tank thing that they made specifically for this movie.
Well, I just don't think that you should be crashing into any buildings where there's like 2 rockets strapped on the outside.
Or crashing into a building completely filled with people watching a fight.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the moment Guile crashed in there was at least 4 or 5 people that were ran over.
Yes, yeah, there were some people under his truck.
And so, yeah, Ryu, Sagat, Ken, and Vega, and everybody else in there was captured. They're in Guile's prison. Guile is trying to formulate a plan to bust out all the hostages because, the government, the world government or whatever is in this situation doesn't want to or can't pay $20 billion.
Right, and he knows Sagat is in league with Bison, so he wants to find a way to use that, but he knows that Bison isn't going to talk.
Exactly. And so what he does is he sees that a fight breaks out with Ryu versus Vega with his homemade shank of a claw.
That was kind of a fun
little fight.
Yeah, even though that you're in prison, you still make a weapon that looks like the weapon you use when you're outside of prison.
Yeah. It's like when you pick the same character in the video game, but they have to have a different costume.
Yep.
Prison Vega. But Guile sees them fighting on the courtyard and is pretty impressed that they're able to fight well.
Right.
Enough.
Definitely hold their own.
Yeah, and so he formulates a plan with Ryu and Ken to gain the trust of Sagat and Vega to take them into Bison's base.
Right.
Or at least his presence or whatever like that. So they formulate this plan where
right, and because they were supposed to drop off like a locator,
yeah,
so that they could follow.
Yeah, and so they formulate this plan where Guile pretends to get killed, and that way he gets killed in front of Chun-Li, who's a reporter, and so she reports that Guile is dead, so it's actually a pretty sophisticated plan.
Yeah,
right.
and he gets shot by Ken.
And so that gives Ken like an in with Sagat because he killed Guile.
Right, he's got to be a bad guy.
Yeah. Yeah, but at this point I was just like, man, Guile is just gonna let all these prisoners go, huh? But by whatever means necessary.
Most of them were just spectators of the fights, right?
I would hope so, but I think like on prison transports, aren't you like transporting the most dangerous ones? Let's not think about it.
Yeah.
And and so what's it called? At this point, Chun-Li is going to infiltrate the base to get some more information because she's looking for a tracker as well that she put on the car, but another tracker is going off in the base, and so she sneaks her way into this base. A little side note: Ming Na Wen in all black bodysuit. Wow.
But I gotta say, her putting the tracker on that truck is the most there's no couth to that. She just like does this super flippy roll thing and sticks it and everybody around's like, what did you just?
Okay, so honestly, she was already in the path of it. She could have just tossed it onto the thing,
right?
But this is Street Fighter.
That's true.
This isn't a Pierce Brosnan 007 movie.
That's right. Because you get those video games and sometimes you have a character who doesn't walk. Every time you try to push him back or forth, he rolls.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what that was.
Oh, man. But yeah, so she sneaks into this base. She's trying to find this tracker. And what's it called? She sees Guile's body, like on the morgue.
Right.
Which I don't know why he was in it, because like why was he waiting for Chun-Li?
Right, like 7 hours later, he's still just laying on the.
But obviously he pops up because he faked his death, and Chun-Li is pretty surprised, and you finally get to see why Chun-Li is super bent on taking down Sagat.
Right.
It's because she has personal beef with him.
Yep.
And so she tries to beg Guile, like, hey, don't put me in prison or anything. I need to do this. And he's like, this war isn't for your personal, like, vengeance.
Yep.
This is, a military operation. But before, like, she can get taken to prison, she, like, ninjas her way out of that.
Yeah, totally.
And no one's... She makes a pretty big ruckus, and no one stops her in this military base. You know how hard missions are on Metal Gear Solid?
And it was like, I know Chun-Li was always a great character, but the two people walking her away are both named game characters.
Yeah.
And they just, in like, just a moment, get just beaten and then...
Well, then they get beaten. I think she slides her way out of that.
Yeah.
Very, very coy-like, because like later on in the movie, Sagat is like, not Sagat, Bison is saying like, you're no threat,
Right.
And so they underestimate her.
Yeah.
But she's
that's
slick.
true. Yeah. Because they think she's just a reporter.
Yeah.
Who's sneaking in for the story.
I mean, but man, a reporter that can sneak into a base without getting caught, she's dangerous. But yeah, and so later on we see a scene, they're like in some sort of carnival tent. Bison is watching like this carnival show with Honda, Balrog, and Chun-Li in disguise.
Yeah. To me, it's all like, it's like flashback to like old, like medieval time. It's like the king is like, bring along the clowns to entertain me.
Oh man, but yeah, like I think this is the meeting for Sagat and Bison to do a trade. So Bison tries to pay Sagat with Bison bucks, and he's like, "My plan is to kidnap the Queen of England, and one Bison buck will be 5 British pounds."
Yes,
ridiculous. Sagat's pissed because he's like, "Why did I think that doing this with a madman was gonna work?"
Yeah.
Because all of this sounds like Bison is like, I'll get you back later.
But it's weird because he's like, it's almost like he's like, hey, would you like to be like my number 2 guy and be like in total control? And he's like, no, I want the money. He's like, well, then I'm going to pay you in fake money.
Fake for now.
Right.
Man, but, at this point, what's it called? Ken, being who he is, thinks that Chun-Li wants to smash him. And, yep. She sells it off. She makes eyes at him, like lures him away like a very good seductress. I mean, those guys, come on. But he gets...
The white guy falls for it.
It's the 90s. Every white guy has yellow fever at this point.
So true.
Oh, man. But, Ryu follows him because he's like, it's been a while. So he goes to follow him. They get trapped by Balrog, Honda, and Chun-Li. They get caught up, but then they let them go. I forgot for what reason. It was to try to keep them there, or try to sort of
because they realized that they were sent there by Guile.
Yeah. So
they're like, we're not going to hurt you because we're on the same side, even though we're not working together, but we're both on the same side against Bison.
Yeah. But what's it called? At this point, Bison and the deals between Bison and Sagat have reached a tipping point, and it looks like they're about to shoot each other. At this point, Ryu and Ken walk in, and they're like, "Oh my god, what's going on?" Ryu gets grabbed by Bison. Ken gets grabbed by Sagat, and they're like, which one of you is the spy? And then for some reason, you know, when you're trying to kill somebody, it's a very Bond villain moment when you try to be like, oh, here's a trap. Because Chun-Li leaves a box with a video recorder, or like a video projector, or like a TV. Fuck it, it's a TV.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
Like, if it was happen nowadays, she's FaceTiming in a call.
yeah. But like, yeah, they're doing like, and they're revealing their whole plan instead of just like running this truck into it and then letting it blow up.
Right, and
But the movie
I'm
would be
not
done
gonna-
after that.
I'm not going to say that they light this truck full of explosives and weapons on fire and then, like, run it through the tent city of...
Well, yeah, I don't know if it's a tent. I don't know if it's a city. I think it's like, you know, it's like a carnival.
The marketplace, yeah. And all these people are like, this
They're
burning,
evil people.
exploding truck is just crashing through their tents.
They are evil people, so it's okay.
Oh.
But no, what's it called? Bison gets away because Chun-Li warned him before she decided to blow them up.
Right.
Bison's men captured Chun-Li, Balrog, and Honda, so they go into like a torture cell. Of course, Bison wants to fuck Chun-Li because he also has yellow fever. Ryu and Ken are regarded as like guests because they warned him.
Right. They're the one who pointed out the box with the video in it. So, yeah.
And so, and then so they get captured. At this point, Guile is planning an attack on Shadowloo. Or no, that's the city, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So Bison's base. At this point, you know, he's just saying, like, we're going to have a secret, like, little boat. You guys are going to go this way. I'm going to go that way. I'm going to take down the towers. Blah, blah, blah. Boring military stuff.
Right. And there's like a little mini subplot where it's like the French government wants to pay the ransom, and he's like, well, I'm not going to be part of your military, and I will I will take my army because we've lost friends, and we're just going to go.
Yeah, I mean, it was so, like, as far as motivational speeches go, it wasn't that inspiring.
It wasn't necessarily Braveheart, but
it's not even Idris Elba in Pacific Rim. It's nowhere near Gerard Butler's speech in 300. It's okay.
Yeah.
Like, it wouldn't have riled me up because he kept saying that we could go home. I probably would have went home.
Right.
But before that, what's it called? Honda and Balrog are getting tortured. I love that in this scene where Honda's getting whipped. They keep playing the like Aloha music.
It was great.
but he's super Zed, and then like later on he attributes it to his sumo training.
Right. Who's like, well, when things get bad, you kind of just leave your body and
like you disassociate yourself from your body so you don't feel the pain. I do.
But it's fun, like how frustrated the torture guy.
He even breaks one of them on his back, so it's pretty bad. One thing I did forget though, so the friend that Guile had outed to Bison, at this point he's being tortured by he's being brainwashed by some visuals, and he's getting like these Bane chemicals inside of him. Yep.
And then they're like, he's like, 50% increase in muscle mass, and
and so that's what's going on with Blanca basically. We don't know it at this point, but the scientist who's doing it is actually Dalsim.
Right. That was an interesting.
Well, I mean, at the end, he didn't look like Dalsim, and then when stuff started blowing up, all of a sudden he's shaved his head. He's taking off all his clothes.
I feel like it was kind of like that was a pre-Dalsim, and then his clothes and hair got burnt off, and now he's like, now I'm gonna be like a rebel with the good guys.
Well, he has to watch Blanca,
right?
Because in Blanca's programming, he got 49% bad, right, and 89% good. So he's still more towards the bad side. But yeah, obviously that's at the end of the film where he's like, I have to atone for my sins and watch this person that I've made into a beast,
Right. Yeah.
or whatever. But yeah, so and then we get probably like one of the best scenes in this thing is where Chun-Li finally gets confronted by Bison, and she's like telling her like entire life story on why she has to kill Bison.
Yep.
And then we probably get one of the best like monologues in history. It is like I don't think it has any business being this good in this movie. Where I think it was pretty much like what you said, like we were talking about before the podcast or for the episode, where he goes, the day that Bison graced your village was important to you.
Was the most important day of your entire life. Yeah.
But for me, it was a Tuesday. Like, there's so many layers to that. Just because, like,
right?
If you look at like people who like talk about like their bullies, like in like shows or whatever, and they finally confront their bully or whatever, half the time the bully doesn't even remember.
Right, exactly.
Because, you know, you do so much bad shit that it all kind of just blends in together.
Yeah.
But yeah, at this point, Bison is like, "Oh, you're nothing but a harmless butterfly. Ever since you came here, you've never showed any fighting prowess." And Chun-Li just snaps these wristbands off, which is the only reason it was there, is so it could look more like the character. Because then she gets those wristbands.
Right, yep.
And then they have a pretty decent fight. Chun-Li looks like she's about to win this fight.
Yeah.
Until...
Right, because he talks about that too, about how she's so non-threatening, and he's been following her since she came into this country, and he's never seen her throw a punch, so he's not really worried about her at all. And then
and she's
badass.
Yeah. But at this point, Ryu and Ken go to save Balrog and E Honda, but they've already escaped themselves, and they're like, "We're here with Guile. Oh, we had to do this to get closer. Let's go save Chun-Li." But they actually distract Chun-Li from finishing off Bison.
Right.
And then
that's her lack of focus.
But then in his like very Bond villain room, he has like a little chamber, and he gasses them, and they get caught.
Right. Yeah. He goes into the little closet and then gasses the rest of the room.
Yeah. And so at this point, what's it called? Guile, Cammy, and Hawk are storming the base. They've reached the base. They've gone inside. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh,
they're kind of coming in from the outside, shooting people and sneaking in, because they took the stealth boat. Yeah, the stealth boat, which like in true early 90s fashion goes into camo mode. But when you see it, it's actually just camo, like colored. Right. But when they show it on the screen, it is like there's like a wake in the lake, but no boat. Yeah. Just this wake moving across.
Oh man. But yeah, they what's it called? Guile does make it into the base.
Yeah.
And the first spot he goes into is the Blanca room, where I don't know how he recognized Blanca.
He looks quite a bit different.
I mean, it's the 90s, and they basically just gave him Lou Ferrigno's makeup from the Hulk.
They did that, and then the goggles that are flashing the messages into his eye look just like the ones that Bill Bixby has on like the old Hulk live action, and was like, oh my, and then he's like green, and then it's got those on. It was definitely like they were hulking him up.
Oh man, so yeah, this is pretty funny, but what's it called? And then this is probably like the darkest moment in the movie, where Guile is like, "Oh, don't worry, bro, I'm gonna take care of this." And he pulls his gun and is about to mercy kill him.
Right.
I don't remember this.
Blanca's like, tell me about the rabbits. And he's like, yeah, here, just bend over. Let me put this gun to the back of your head.
Which is like, do you remember that? Like from like
I don't remember that at all.
Man, it was like a dark moment in this movie. Oh, but no, at this point, Dalsim is like, no, don't. He's half good, half bad. You know, I just have to work with him. You know, let me rectify my mistakes for being a part of this. And so Guile he leaves and to go find Bison. Actually, no, he doesn't leave. He enters the chamber that Blanca was in, and he like super jump kicks out of it right into Bison's chest.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, like up 2 stories and like 40,
above
and 40 feet.
Yeah, above the sword fence. Okay, so we're gonna have to like speed through this last 5 minutes. And so we get pretty awesome fights here. We get fights with Vega and Ryu, which is good. We get the tornado kick and the Hadouken, and he kicks the claw away. He gets to rip the mask off. So we get a lot of cool like little nods to video game like enthusiasts for this game. We have Ken fighting Sagat.
Yep.
I'm really sad that Ken didn't do like a not a Hadouken but a Shoryuken, you know, the uppercut. Yeah.
Right.
One of my favorite fights though is
he does uppercut sometime during the movie because I remember thinking that, but
no, but it was an uppercut, but it wasn't like the move.
Right.
Where like he gets on the floor and
and then just the spin.
Yeah. One of my favorite fights is what's called Zangief versus E Honda. And one of the funniest moments is when they're looking at it through a monitor. It's like Godzilla noises.
Totally, because Bison's got like this like
Bison building.
Yeah. He's got this whole like city built out of like what he plans to rebuild this city as in the future. And then as they're fighting, they're like rolling over top of this city. But it's got like the
it has the soundtrack for when Godzilla
versus Godzilla. They're smashing this tiny town.
It is probably one of the funniest things. One of the other funny characters in here is DJ. Because he's just, he's there for the money. He doesn't really believe in anything.
Right.
He just believes in money. Oh god. And then we get the fight between. There's a funny moment where like Guile is trying to escape and he gets caught up by Bison soldiers, and he pulls out his little pocket knife and thinks that he's like so threatening because they start to back off, but then behind him is actually his army.
Right. Yeah.
Hilarious. But at this point, Bison he eggs Bison to come out, but Bison wasn't hiding because throughout this film he said that I wanted to fight him one-on-one.
Right, multiple times.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I mean, at least he's like a warrior type of character, and so this is where we get the final boss fight. Guile takes off his shirt to show his American flag on his bicep. Attention to detail.
Yeah, you know it.
We get the fight. It's pretty good. It's like I like how they shot it because it almost looked like the platform game, where it's like side by side.
Yeah.
Super awesome. We get Guile doing the crescent kicks. I'm really sad that he didn't have the sandbags for the sonic booms. It's a shame. He does momentarily kill Bison, but then Bison's suit has a respirator. I can't really say that.
Yeah, like a respirator.
Like a respirator or like some sort of suit that brings him back to life.
Yeah.
And he says that the tech in his suit is the same tech that's on trains in Japan. And so he starts like shooting electricity, and we get the torpedo Electromagnetic, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because then he like also his shoes and
he starts to levitate off the ground, which is awesome.
Right, totally from the video game.
And he starts like torpedoing him.
Yep.
Super awesome. There's just a lot of callbacks to like the video games in this movie. But at this point, yeah, like what's it called? Guile like super kicks him into the TVs.
Right.
Where
yeah, because they got the wall of TVs.
Yeah, where he finally dies. What's it called? And now like everything's about to blow up. Everyone's running out of the building. They catch Zangief and Honda fighting. Honda's like slapping him in the face, which is awesome. But he's like, they leave. DJ is like, Zangief sees DJ leaving, and he's like, DJ, where are you going, my friend? And then he's like, DJ has to explain to Zangief that we're the enemies, they're the good guys, and I'm only here because I'm getting paid.
And Zangief's like, we're the bad guys? And you're getting paid for this?
It's that meme. You know, like the one from the We're the Millers?
Yes. Yep.
Oh, man. And so at this point, Zangief wants to be a good guy. I don't think he's ever wanted to be a bad guy. He's just very gullible.
Right.
So they made Zangief like this humongous, like, Russian baby.
Big and strong, but dumb as a...
Yeah, you know. Yeah. And he needs guile in his life. He needs someone to steer him in the right direction.
Yep.
Yeah, and so he helps hold the door up so that everybody can escape. Guile goes back to the room where Blanca was made, tries to save him. This is where we find out that the scientist is actually Dhalsim because, like, I guess his hair burned off.
Yeah, because he's not going to stop and shave, you know.
Maybe he did. Who knows?
But there's a lot of fire. There's a lot of fire going on.
But Dhalsim says, like, let me take care of Blanca because this is my mistake. And so let me try to rectify it. So I'm thinking that he's going to try to turn Blanca back into a man.
Right. And it sounds like they're going to take it out. They're going to go out into nature and try to
be one with it or something like that. But yeah, and then so everyone makes it out. Everyone thinks Guile is dead, but he actually comes out the smoke. He says...
Very cheeky.
He says that he needs a vacation, and then there's like this weird moment between him and Cammy. Let's not talk about it. And then it blows up one more time, and then everyone strikes their video game characters pose.
You're right.
Which, man, I think it was like the perfect way to end this movie. Because it you know, like we complain that properties don't try to stick to the source material, but this one, it really tried to stick to the source material.
Right. But I'm like, they really incorporated like
a lot.
The whole cast. I mean, lots of times you get a movie like this and you're like, this is like, you know, like if you get like the anime, you got like, this is the Ken and Ryu movie versus Bison, and you don't really have anybody else. So you have like, this is the Chun-Li movie, and then like you don't really, you know, Vega's in it, and there's not a whole lot else. But this is like everybody from the original cast is.
Yeah, but you know why they do that? So they can make a good story.
Right. They could have done a spinoff, and everybody could have got their own movie afterwards.
Movie. Well, okay, so like this reminds me. It's just like there was no build up for any of these characters. That's why like it didn't really matter.
Right.
But I think it's because like I think the only way you could do like a cast this big with this many sub stories is if you had built it up.
Right. Like Avengers. Yeah.
Like Avengers, you know. I think that's one of the only way. Or you could totally go the opposite route, do the big ensemble movie first, and then do a spinoff. But it has to be like, this is good, but it's like it's so weird. It puts me like in this weird space where it's good, but it's just so like it messes with everybody's backstory or what you believe them to be. You know.
Right.
Because like Ryu and Ken as like conmen was weird.
Yeah. But, I mean, they're still the good guys, but they're just trying to make a buck. Yeah. I mean, like, they kind of play it that way where they're not really bad. and you know, you're right. They're con men. They're trying to sell Nerf guns to the militia.
Yeah. I mean, I do like that they tried to explain why E. Honda and Balrog were working as a news crew. Because Bison had somehow blacklisted Honda, who almost became Yokozuna, and Balrog, who almost became
world champion.
Yeah, world champion. It made sense for Chun-Li why she was there because Bison destroyed her like village where her parents are in, and so okay, you know what? After talking about it, actually not bad.
Right.
But it just has that 90s cheesy.
Oh yeah, this is 94 of us came out.
Yeah.
This is 100. This incorporates all of 90s action movie like all into one.
Oh man, Kobe. Did you? So we're gonna go to like our first like thoughts about this from what we can remember.
Did I see this in the theater? Hell yes, I did.
Well, okay, so so guys, you have to remember back in the 90s, there was no YouTube, so you couldn't see movie trailers at your leisure.
Right.
So did you see the movie trailer for this first, or did you see the movie poster?
I think probably saw the movie poster.
And what were your thoughts when you first saw it with like Van Damme in front of it?
Oh, right. Yeah. I mean, like Van Damme was like
the man.
Yeah. And so it was definitely, and it was one of those things where it was like, you start to get tired of Stallone and Schwarzenegger because they're like so big, and you're just like, I don't want to watch their movies. I want to watch like the next guy, because I guess I was a little hipster back then. I was like, I want to watch the guy who's gonna be big, even if Van Damme was already
pretty big,
darn big by this time.
So like, yeah, what were your thoughts? Do you remember what your thoughts were like when you first saw the poster?
Oh, I just remember that like I loved this game, and not even as a Nintendo kind of game. I remember playing
in the arcades,
hundreds of quarters and probably hundreds of dollars of quarters.
Does Capcom owe you some money?
They actually used to have a version of this where instead of having like the buttons, it had like big power pads, and like the harder you pushed on the power pad, the harder like your character punched.
It was the arcade trying to make you work out.
Oh, it was
bastards.
It was like in
infuriating.
The lobby of a Smith's grocery store that was near my friend's house, and man, we would go over there every day after school and play till our arms were sore.
Oh man, I remember. Yeah, I remember watching this. I don't think I was playing Street Fighter at this time. I think I was playing Mortal Kombat. Like, I remember Mortal Kombat was probably one of the first games I ever had. It was Super Mario World and Mortal Kombat. It came in one of those Costco bundles.
Okay.
Super awesome. My mom didn't really know anything about like violent video games, so but I watched it because it was Van Damme, and I think I started playing it because of this movie.
Okay.
Yeah, but I never saw this in the theater. I remember renting it on VHS.
Right, because you're younger than me, so you would have been like
I was
10 or
no, I was 7.
7. Yeah, this would have been young
for me. But yeah. So Kobe, what are your favorite parts in this film?
There's so much. Like, there's so many little things. Like, there's the there's like a floating thing
like
that
stage.
that Bison floats around in, like, while he's giving all of his orders, and it looks just like the thing Palpatine is in Star Wars. But the control on it is not
awesome.
It's like a big giant
it's arcade platform.
Yeah,
this is the one that he uses to release the mines that Van Damme is on. Yeah, I have that on the live tweets. I totally forgot to talk about it. It's awesome.
Right.
Anything else?
I was Zangief, just like one-liner after one-liner, just so bad. He's just so pathetic. You get like, you feel bad for him because he's just so
gullible,
naive, I guess.
Yeah, he is like a big Russian baby. Oh man, yeah. I think probably a couple of my favorite parts in this film is Zangief, just because he was like a fun comedic relief. Like,
right.
It didn't feel forced. It just felt like he could be like that. Another thing is like DJ in this film. He's very, very little. You don't get to see him fight. But he has like these moments of like comedic relief where, you know, he's just there. He's not phone. He's just there for the paycheck.
Yep.
Which I think everybody can like really relate to.
Well, yeah. I'm like, if your boss is going to be like a dictator, you kind of just, you know,
there for the ride.
Right.
Yeah, and I just love the fact that, like, yeah, they try to put in so much of the video game into this with like the moves, the super moves, the Hadouken, the tornado kick, the torpedo like thing, the crescent kick.
And I mean, they could have played everything super serious, but it would have
worse.
Flopped.
Yeah.
I mean, it did what it did, and it became like, I don't know, cult classic-y because it was campy and fun.
Yeah. It's Oh man, Kobe. We're gonna go. We're close to the hour, so we're gonna go to our review, our rating.
Yep.
Before we kind of bullshit the last 10 minutes. So if you guys don't know our rating system, it is Stream It, DVD, Blu-ray, and Ultimate Collection. Which sadly, this again did not get a sequel because,
unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah.
this was Raul Julia's last film.
Oh yeah, you know what? Sorry, I forgot to put that on my favorite parts. Raul Julia in any part of this movie is an instant favorite part because he just does his dialogue with so much charisma.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I forgot we gotta talk. And he was like, he had cancer during the filming of this movie, right? Was it cancer or?
I don't remember them making a big deal about it, so it was.
No, he did.
It seemed like a very. I feel like I remember it being a big surprise that he passed away.
Yeah, no, he didn't tell anybody that he was sick during the filming. Man, which is like, it's like, man.
I guess that's it. Like, you're like, I'm sick and I'm probably not going to make it. And this is my last movie. Let me just be over the top.
It was very, like, it's like Dennis Hopper in the Super Mario Bros. Where he really just, he's like, maybe he knew it, like, this movie was not good. But he was like, you know what? I'm going to fucking kill this fucking role.
Right.
Because yeah, like with the whole thing with like Chun-Li, where it's like it's just a Tuesday.
Yeah.
He has so many one-liners in here that I can't remember them all. That one was probably just a standout though.
Yeah. That was a powerful speech.
Yeah, because it applied. Like I said, it has no business being that good in this movie. But yeah, Kobe, what would you rate this film?
This has got to be Blu-ray. Like, I don't have it in my collection. I had to look for it.
Do they have this on Blu-ray?
I can't imagine they wouldn't.
Oh man!
And if they had this in like some fancy metal box with some, I don't paraphernalia from the video game or something, I probably would. I might go.
Ultimate box
I might
collection.
go ultimate box on this, depending on what they've got.
Like
I know that there's probably not a whole lot of extra behind the scenes kind of stuff.
Or there could be, just like a little documentary. You know what though? I don't think they could have gotten Jean Claude Van Damme to do it. To just talk about it because he was doing so much cocaine that he might not. I don't think he remembered a good chunk of this film. But yeah, I would probably go Blu-ray too, just because like it's fun. It's so much fun to watch this. Like I would make like all my friends. Actually, most of my friends have already watched this film.
Oh yeah, and this is definitely something you could throw in the background. Anybody who's ever played video games knows Street Fighter stuff. So like at any point you could jump into this movie and then just enjoy it from there on.
Yeah.
So it's a good background movie. Yeah, you could force your friends. It'd be a great drinking movie.
Yeah.
Like every time they do
a video game.
Yeah. You could take a drink, something like that.
Oh man. Yeah. God, I really wish. Do you think like if they made this movie today, it would be as campy as it was?
No.
I
they don't do that anymore. Like they either make it slapsticky, or they try to make it serious. But this fun, just kind of move. This was like a '90s thing. Like it.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of movies like the Mario Brothers. I mean, like they would either make that super silly for the kids or serious for the adults, and then not that
like in between where it's a little serious, like where you get dark moments like Guile trying to mercy kill Blanca.
Right.
Because I'm pretty sure I think the darkest that I've ever seen something like that in a movie was probably like in Up, or not Up. What's it called? Frozen, where like that one dude was about to kill Anna, or whoever was frozen at that moment. That was probably the most Game of Thrones thing ever in a Disney film.
Right.
And so yeah, I don't think they could. They really haven't made any campy movies, right?
And then it's something that they didn't do much in the '90s. They do it quite a bit now, but if you get this, if you're watching it, make sure you sit through the credits.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a post-credits scene.
Was there?
There is.
I'm gonna have to YouTube it now. Oh yeah, I probably I agree with you, and it just sucks that if they try to remake a Street Fighter movie, which they already have, and they failed pretty badly.
Yeah,
it would probably be like just like be focused on one character, which I mean Ryu is probably the most iconic character from that video game.
Right.
You know, it's the only reason it was the main character in here was sort of Guile is because America.
And besides Raul Julia, at that point, Jean Claude was the biggest name.
Yeah,
and he's not really a Ken.
Yeah,
so it would much easier to make him
Guile. Yeah, but yeah, I think if they remade this, it would probably focus on like Ryu's backstory and how he connects to everybody else. It would probably be like the rise of Akuma or something.
Yeah, and it would be super serious.
Yeah, which really sucks because I mean, like, it would be fun to make it like an action comedy. You could even do like sort of like a buddy cop thing because his best friend is Ken, and they can play off each other pretty well.
Right.
Oh man, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode and enjoyed this month's theme of video game movies.
Because I know I did.
I'm sorry that we didn't get to go to Double Dragon, which
there may be a video game part 2 eventually.
Right. Or if we could somehow squeeze in that theme in another way. Like, who's the guy who played the Asian brother? Was that what's it called? The guy who played the guy who was in The Crow? No, right?
Brandon Lee?
Yeah, that wasn't him, right? No, because I think that guy's still alive.
It's been too long since I've seen that. I can't remember who's that.
And I don't think there's enough Alyssa Milano movies to really do a month. And I'm not doing a Party of 5 month.
Right.
Oh man, but yeah, we'll somehow put that movie in somewhere, right?
Yeah.
All right,
we'll make it a Patreon or something.
Yeah. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Tune in next week for our new theme, which we will not be revealing because we don't know when this is gonna come out.
Right.
But yep, that's it, guys. I'm Barry,
and I'm Colby.
And this is Who Watches This. If you guys want to check out who does our theme music, it is Lee Rosevere. It's called Arcade Montage. You can check it out on our Bandcamp in the show notes.
Thank you.